It's Shelby of Shelby's Comics coming at you with a discussion topic today. My shirt kind of gives away. If you did not know, there was some big news that actually happened in our industry back in November, and I will share that. It is that a Detective Comics 27, first appearance of Batman, sold November 19th for $1.5 million. It was a 7.0 off-white pages, and that is the highest amount ever for a Batman book. Now you can see right next to it a higher grade book, Batman 27 8.0 with off-white to white pages, sold February 25th, 2010, so 10 years ago, for $1,750,500. So, yeah, I think that's just kind of incredible. Thinking about that a 7.0 went for $1.5 million. But what I was wanting to discuss today is this Heritage Auctions, their auction house up in Dallas, so close to me. And I got their news thing today called The Intelligent Collector, and it has this story of a Batman #1, highest graded ever, 9.4, and I'll show you all the census here in a second. It was purchased for $3,000 in 1982. Now, I remember the 80s. I was alive then. I was in high school. And books were reasonably, even older books like this, were reasonably affordable. It wasn't until the late 80s, early 90s that they really went up in price. This is going on auction January 14th through the 15th on Heritage, and you can actually bid on it right now, and I'll show you all that again in a second too. But what I found interesting was the story. So in 1979, Billy T. Giles moved from Shreveport, Louisiana, and I grew up in Monroe, Louisiana, which is about 100 miles east of Shreveport, to Houston, Texas, which is where I live now. When Texas Eastern Transmission Pipeline Company relocated its headquarters to Texas, Billy fell in love with the local comic shops and dealers and helped his son complete an amazing Spider-Man collection and obtain other keys. Billy then decided to collect Batman for himself, starting with the purchase of the first of 6 of the first 9 issues from Camelot bookstore owner Willie Patterson's personal collection. Now I looked it up and I could not find any history of Camelot bookstore here in Houston, Texas. I'm assuming it's long since been closed, but I thought I'd hoped I would have found a little bit of history about it, but I wasn't able to. Camelot was located in downtown Houston, where Billy spent most of his lunch hours discussing comics, especially the Batman #1 with Patterson. Around that time, Patterson advertised Camelot's copy of Batman #1 in the Comic Buyer's Guide for $5,000. At the time, a costly investment. When it failed to sell at such a steep price, remember, this is around 1982, Billy offered him $3,000 cash, which Willie happily accepted. The first Batman became Billy's, and friends and neighbors teased him for spending that much for a comic book they insisted might one day be worthless. History, of course, proved otherwise. When Billy retired from Texas Eastern, he began a comic book business called BT and WD Giles. Now, I did look this up, and there is still an eBay store with this name, but it doesn't have any content in it. And spent the rest of his life buying and selling comics. His passion had turned professional. When he died in 2019, Billy's son inherited his father's remarkable collection, and a year later decided it was someone else's turn to own the finest known copy of Batman #1. Now let me show you the census. So here is the census for CGC for Batman #1, and you can see that the highest graded copy is a 9.4. So that's the copy that we're talking about here. There's only one 9.2, and there's 6 restored. There's only one 9.0 and 2 restored, and then you can kind of see the numbers as they go down, and of course they get a little bit higher, but still there's a total of universal graded Batman #1s of only 124, and it came out in spring of 1940. So I looked on Heritage, and currently, so here's the Batman #1 on Heritage site. Whoops, sorry about that. Heritage's site. So sorry. Heritage's site, and you can see. Sorry, my mouse isn't working, but you can see the book there. 9.4. Looks beautiful. Looks amazing. See the back. So the back has that pin up, which is almost always cut off because it has the autograph of Batman and Robin, and it tells you to cut out and frame it. But if we look, the comic right now, current bid is $1,250,000. Now, Heritage, like I said, is a pretty big time auction company, and where they make their money is with buyer premiums. So the seller will get all the money, and then Heritage gets the buyer premium. So the buyer pays. So you can see with the buyer premium, I mean, this person, if they want it right now, would have to pay a little over $200,000 just in a buyer premium. And it tells you that a buyer premium is around 20% of the sale of the book. So, you know, if you won the book, you're still paying 20% more, and that money goes to Heritage, and that's how they make their money. So, yeah, I'm interested. This still has 8 more days to go. See what it gets up to. You know, let me know down below. Let me know in the comments. You think it'll beat out? I think it will, but, you know, think it'll beat out the Detective Comics 27 7.0 and go over 1.5 million? Who knows? Who knows? You know, I know that there's a change in the market where we're seeing these lower grade copies go for higher and higher amounts. And, you know, to have a 7.0 Detective 27, I mean, granted, it's Detective 27, go for 1.5 million is pretty huge. And I would think that a 9.4 Batman #1, you know, which came out only a year or so after Detective 27, should go for at least the same amount. And yeah, so it's pretty incredible. y'all keep an eye on it. I'll keep an eye on it. You know, let me know in the comments below what y'all think about this and these prices. And yeah, which we had $3,000 back in 1982. Oh man! So think about that, right? That's just 40 years ago. Not even 40 years ago. 38 years ago, and your investment of $3,000 could be. I mean, right now it's over $1 million. So, you know, buy those old books. Oh, buy them old books. That's all I can say. So anyway, hey, thank you guys hanging in and going down this little journey with me. You know, I'll try and present some more of this stuff, this type of content if you like it. You know, remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notifications bell. Kitty Cat likes it when you subscribe to us. So, thank you all again, and remember, peace, love, and comics. Thanks.